wanted to do a review of my new GPS today, and instead, after using it for one day, I'm taking it back to the Flying J for a return. Now, one good thing about this is, of course, it seems like, you know, quality made. The materials, the plastic, everything nice, everything fits great, you know, and the screen is gorgeous, you know. But what's the point of having a magnificently engineered product that looks good that cannot route you properly? And we have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. I just came back from that Flying J over there, and they gave me a full refund. And that's of course why it's important to keep all the receipts, you know, and the box, and never throw out anything. And I come in, and the lady says, well, I cannot give you a full return, but I can give you an exchange, because your receipt says. And I said, wait a second, stop right there. The receipt on the first line says return within 7 days. Okay, wait, where am I looking? This way. Yeah, it's so annoying, you know. I see when someone is doing videos and they're not looking at actual lens. I see it all the time, like the guy's looking at the screen like this, and he's not looking at the actual lens. So now I think, yeah, now it's over here. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to understand. But anyway, so they gave me a full refund, and what happened, I just used the GPS for one day, and as I mentioned in my other video, I've been driving QW in Ontario near the Buffalo for, like, I don't know, since 2005. I know there's no low bridges. Like, this thing starts sending me, you know, in the trucking mode. I don't know about the car mode, but as soon as you put the, you know, that's why I bought it, right? I bought it for to use it in my truck to protect me from going into areas where trucks are prohibited, like low bridges, bridges that don't have enough weight rating. So this thing starts sending me in all, you know, wrong directions. A big detour. I had the same problem with Rand McNally. I once had a big one as well, like a 7-inch screen, and the same problem. Like, you know, normal road, let's say, is 30 miles or 50 kilometers. This thing sends you on like 70-kilometer detour because it thinks there's some light bridges and, you know, that are not even marked. So anyway, and then the other thing, so this was in the morning yesterday, right, when it tried to send me away from the bridges. And then when there was that accident and the QW was closed, I was following people that, you know, it makes sense to go left and then north to catch QW because it goes like northwest, and I was going north, so you go, you know, west and then north, right? This thing says go east, and oh, there's a lake in there. Like, there's nothing there because the freeway goes away. Like, and I didn't even follow that. I couldn't do a detour with that thing. And the last straw was when I was coming back empty. And if you saw in my previous video, I changed my truck profile to everything legal. I even put my weight at 45,000 pounds and put, you know, it should be minimum restrictions. And I was going from Highway 7 in Vaughan or Concord, and it's Highway 7 to 400 South, and these are all freeways. Well, 7 is divided, but you know, the trucks, they're all every day. This thing sends me on, instead of going on 400 South, it sends me on 400 North towards Barrie, which is like away from where I was supposed to go. And then, you know, I started having my doubts. Even like before, I had 560, this DEZL diesel 560, and I think that one worked better. Maybe the maps were newer or something. But this one, this 7-inch, this is the second time I got a 7-inch display model, and they're all pretty bad. So Rand McNally, this is this one. And another funny thing is, I think these maps, it's such a nuisance to update them, you know. Like, see, this is the Flying J, right? It used to be Shell, and I used to park here, by the way, when I was at Landstar, and I was parking my car right where I'm sitting. Or back then I had a Ford pickup truck, and I would leave my truck over there, you know, when I'm home. And they didn't even want any pay. This was a Esso truck stop, and over here it said Esso, right? And then these bandits came in and I tried to, you know, ask him to allow me to park my truck here. I said, you know, I'll pay you. No, we don't have enough space, because there's a restaurant in there that you know, the truck stop changed, but the restaurant remained the same, that Papa Joe's. And yeah, it's pretty busy, so, you know, car spaces, like there's lots of park spaces for trucks, but for cars not enough, you know, and I guess that's why. And that there's a truck wash over there that's never open. There's some kind of, it says truck wash by Dave, and that guy is never there. I think he's it says 8 to 5, right? And now it's 11:16. Oh yeah, okay, it says Monday to Friday, so nothing on weekends. But anyway, so what I was trying to say is that I tried to find this Flying J on the GPS, and then I abandoned the idea, and I started Google Maps on my smartphone, which of course has internet access, right? And right away I found this spot in Ayr, Ontario, and I was able to click on the icon, and I could see the address, I could see the phone number, you know, I could call right from the phone. And then I had to put in that address I found in the GPS, and I was just trying to see, you know, if it'll find it, if it'll send me on a stupid route before, you know, that big GPS. So what I'm saying is that nowadays, you know, devices with Google Maps and internet access are much more accurate than these GPSs, you know. So for now, I'm gonna get back to that cheap Magellan that just gives me a basic idea, and then you have to use your, you know, common sense and smartphone. But later on, I think, you know, my favorite brand has always been and still is TomTom. I used regular car TomTom specifically for this reason. And actually, some people were saying, you know, on my forum, I mean on my YouTube channel, they were saying, "You're a trucker, how come you have a regular car GPS?" And that's why, because truck-specific GPSs are totally unreliable. You know, you can do much better with a good car GPS, but just, you know, keep your smarts about you. You know, look at signs. You know. Because there's too many restrictions, you know. Why would I want to go 100 miles detouring 100 miles for, let's say, like one guy on the internet, I was watching his video and this was actually funny. He was sitting he bought the same DEZL 760 Garmin, and he was sitting at a shipper or consignee unloading, and then his dispatch gave him a new assignment and asked him when he was gonna be there to load, and he looked at his Garmin 760, and Garmin said 18 miles. So he said, well, 30 minutes depending on the traffic. And dispatch almost fell off the chair. They said, "What? That's not, that place is down the same road you're on right now. It's about 1 mile." And he looked at the GPS again. He, you know, changed the scale to see what was happening. It turns out he was really like 1 mile away, and Garmin was sending him on a big detour because evidently its database was wrong. It was thinking there's some restrictions, and the guy even called the place where he was supposed to load, and he asked him if there's any restrictions here. But he said, and the guy said, "No, it's a trucking, you know, a truck route. There's trucks here every day." And that's just one example. So instead of 1 mile, the GPS, if he listened to it, wanted him to go 18 miles, you know. And so now this guy carries 2 GPSs. He still has the DEZL 760, but he got some kind of a tracking tablet. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, none of them are perfect. And to spend $384.19 on this junk, forget it. So the worst GPS you can buy is a truck-specific GPS. They're all bad. So stay away. Thanks for watching.